Hey, I'm pretty sure you've already heard the words customization and personalization. But what do they really mean? Well, they basically mean adjusting the way we are or how we do things to meet someone's individual needs, expectations, and requirements. And don't we all love it when people do that to us? So today, we'll talk about customer profiling and how we can effectively deal with the 4 different communication styles of our customers. By now, we should have already realized that each customer has a unique way of interacting with the people that they receive customer service from. And we all know that some of them are polite and understanding, while others can be a bit intimidating or worse, aggressive and rude. So, how do we make sure that we always let them feel valued and cared for, despite their differences in expressing themselves? Simple. We personalize every interaction. And in order for us to do just that, let's check out these 4 communication styles: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. Passive customers are the not so expressive ones, and whenever they receive products and services that don't meet their expectations, they'd rather keep their thoughts to themselves instead of complain because they don't want any kind of confrontation or attention from other people. Although they're thought of as the safest and kindest type, you also have to be careful with them because when they don't like your customer service, they'll just walk away and you'll never know or feel that you just lost a customer. So things to remember about passive customers. Do not provide multiple explanations to avoid confusion. Do not make them choose from a lot of options. Instead, point them in the right direction by explaining to them how each option works. Also, never use aggression or a condescending tone with them because they'll feel threatened and won't be willing to cooperate with you. You don't like that, right? So, to take care of them, you have to be polite and make sure to build a friendly atmosphere around them. Delight them all the time, use a positive tone, and never sound rude or demanding. And be patient with them. You won't get a lot of reactions from them, so focusing on giving out correct information all the time and not making things complicated for them is the way to go. You can instantly tell when someone is being aggressive towards you. You'll see it, hear it, and feel it. They like to be superior, so they oftentimes use words to demand, intimidate, criticize, and even threaten you to be in control of the conversation. And because of that, they most of the time fail to listen to what you have to say, especially when they're already upset about what's going on. So, don't make them wait because they don't have the patience to be willing to do that. Make sure that you don't give them conflicting information, as this will just trigger them to feel even more frustrated. Project your voice to avoid sounding nervous or unsure, or they won't trust you at all and would rather speak to someone else, and we don't want that to happen, do we? Avoid talking over them, or they'll feel that you're not willing to understand what they're going through. Instead, let them talk, and make sure to actively listen and understand what they want to happen so you can respond appropriately. Keep them updated. Tell them exactly what you did, what you're doing, and what you plan to do. Remember that the key to earning their trust is to get their buy-in, and you can only do that if you're confident, consistent, and concise. And you also have to refrain from putting them on hold for a long period of time. Here are some phrases you can use when they refuse to be put on hold, or if you don't want to personally do so. I've pulled up your account and noticed that. You said that, so I went ahead and. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Here's what I'll do. So, we already talked about the passive and aggressive type of communication style, but these 2 combined give us the hardest communication style to deal with. And I say that because passive-aggressive communicators look passive on the surface, like everything's okay, when in fact they feel otherwise. And you won't ever feel that there's this negative feeling building up inside them. And that's scary, right? And get this, they usually communicate through body language and facial expressions, but we can't see any of that, can we? So, the big question now is, do we really have to know what they're feeling? And the answer to that is no. We just have to focus on doing the best we can for them all the time. Here's what we have to avoid: solely relying on what they tell you, because what they say might not be what they truly feel. Spending your energy on identifying their emotion, that's not the goal you want to achieve with them. Focus on making sure that they're well informed. And when you ask them if they have any questions and they said no, do not 100% believe that, trust me. So what do? Be proactive. Educate them and don't wait for them to ask, but never assume. Use your knowledge about the case to provide the correct resolution, explain what's going on, or offer options. Ask relevant and conversational questions to engage them and make them feel comfortable to share and not hesitate. Provide a recap. Summarize what you've talked about and agreed upon to ensure that you've covered everything. Full of ideas and questions, people with the assertive communication style are not afraid to express their ideas and opinions, so you better be ready to listen and acknowledge everything they say. Unlike the aggressive type, assertive communicators are considerate and just. They may not hold back when they feel the need to call people out, but they're also ready to listen and respect the opinions, beliefs, and explanations of others. To make them feel valued, do not rush them. Let them talk. Just make sure to be in control, because if you don't, they might dominate the conversation. Do not give them generic responses. They know when you're faking it, and they'll definitely let you know. They love it when you're able to reciprocate their emotions and energy, so don't use close-ended questions to avoid letting them feel that you just want to get it over and done with. Let them feel that they're part of the solution. Walk them through. Educate them. What's in it for me? Answer that, and they sure will love you. They definitely want to hear what you have to say, so you have to ensure that your explanations are clear and easy to understand. So, let's put everything we've learned into practice. We'll look at some sample conversations with all these 4 communicators, and we'll tell you what to avoid and also share with you our recommended and customized responses. Check these out. 4 communication styles, 1 goal, and that is to personalize every interaction.